your metabolism, kickstart your metabolism, lemon water, apple cider vinegar. Right, so metabolism, in my opinion, is actually the most abused word in the fitness industry. You know, you're going to come across a lot of myths. So in this video, I hope to educate you about metabolism, tell you how you can possibly actually speed it up, and address some common misconceptions. Well, metabolism, simply put, is chemical reactions happening inside your body to help carry out its basic functions. Metabolic rate, the speed at which these reactions are taking place. Metabolism directly affects how many calories you'll burn each day. You can think of it as your total daily energy expenditure, or more simply, your calorie maintenance. If you were to consume more calories than this, you'd gain weight. If you were to consume fewer calories than this, you'd lose weight. And if you consumed exactly this many calories or thereabouts, then your weight would remain pretty stable. There's four main components to your daily energy expenditure. Firstly, we have basal metabolic rate, or BMR. This is the number of calories you'd burn to sustain basic bodily functions. And it's the number of calories you'd burn in a day if you just lay in bed and did nothing else. BMR sustains functions such as heart rate and breathing, and it makes up about 50 to 70% of the calories you'd burn each day, depending on how active you are. Factors that affect it include the amount of muscle mass you have, body fat percentage or your body composition in general, your height, your body weight, gender, and you've also got your age. Well, age, I'll come back to that later on. Next, we have non-exercise activity thermogenesis, or NEAT for short. To be honest, this is just a waffly way of saying your day-to-day activity. The energy you'd burn walking to work, or in the lawn, doing the dishes, cleaning the kitchen or your bedroom, non-exercise specific day-to-day tasks. This is the most overlooked and most underrated component in my opinion, because it's the second biggest proportion of calories that you'd burn in a day. So if you're looking to lose fat, this might be something you want to increase. Next up, we have exercise activity thermogenesis, and just as the name suggests, this is the amount of energy you'd burn in your formally planned exercise sessions. So weight training or going for a jog, formally planned exercise. And finally, we have the thermic effect of food. And thermic effect of food is the amount of calories that you'd burn digesting your food. Protein has the highest, but in terms of your calories burnt in the day, it's a relatively small proportion. And you might find a lot of YouTubers who exaggerate it a little bit.
It seems like no matter how much I eat, I can't put on size. I think I've got a fast metabolism. What do I do?
Weight train. Muscles need a challenge if they're gonna grow. Secondly, start incorporating some calorie-dense whole foods into your nutrition. The good thing with these is that you can fit in a lot of calories within a small unit of space, so it won't take up as much space in your stomach, making it easier to eat a little bit more. Peanut butter, salmon, even add a little bit of olive oil to your salad. Good way to sneak in and squeeze in more calories. Again, I want to emphasize whole foods. Don't use this as an excuse to live in McDonald's or live in Pizza Hut.
I think I've got a slow metabolism or something. Like, it seems like no matter what I do, I just can't lose fat. What do I do?
So firstly, make sure you're actually eating in a calorie deficit. Make sure your nutrition is patterned. But that aside, I'd say number one, build muscle. Muscle is active tissue, meaning that the more muscle you have, the more calories you burn, even at rest. Secondly, walk more. This is a very easy way to increase your non-exercise activity thermogenesis. It's not very harmful on recovery, so you can balance it quite easily with your weight training. Here's more good news. The more fat you have, then the more calories you'll burn from walking, because it takes more energy to move your body. So get moving. Set 7.5k steps per day as a minimum target and then build up from there. Myth number one is that metabolism decreases with age. And now, whilst this isn't completely a myth, it's nowhere near as much as we're led to believe. For example, let's take person A. Person A, during their teens and 20s, they were very active, they went to the gym, they played football. To their 30s and 40s, they started to sit and watch TV a lot more, or sit and watch Netflix more often. Maybe they're consuming the same amount of calories as they were in their 20s, but this time they're less active, shifting that calorie balance, which leads to fat gain. A significant 2021 study with a sample group of over 6,000 people from, I think, nearly 30 different countries looked at the metabolism of different age groups. And for all these people, it consistently showed that metabolism actually remains relatively stable between the ages of 20 and 60. I mean, obviously it accounted for the different levels of muscle mass, so it was proportional in that regard. After 60, it does seem to drop off a little bit due to stuff like sarcopenia, but even that can be mitigated with stuff like resistance training. What can we conclude from this? Number one, muscle is a big player in metabolism, so weight train. Number two, it's never too late to start. Number three, keep your good habits from your younger years. Myth number two, drink this to boost your metabolism. If you hear anyone say, hack your metabolism or kickstart your metabolism, just know they're a scammer. Green tea, lemon water, apple cider vinegar, if you like them, go for it. They may actually have other health benefits, but for metabolism and fat loss, they're not gonna do anything. That concludes the video. Hope you found that useful. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share this with your people, and in a bit.